One day, when the 80-year-old father was sitting with his highly educated son by the window, a crow appeared there. The father asked his son, "What is this?" The son answered, "It's a crow." After a few minutes, the father again asked, "What is this?" The son again answered, "It's a crow." After a while, the father again asked his son, "What is this?" The son was irritated, but he answered, "I have told you, father, it is a crow." A few minutes passed, and the father again asked his son, "What is this?" This time the son was angry, and he said, "It's a crow, a crow, a crow." A little after that, father again asked his son, "What is that?" This time the son answered, "Why do you keep asking the same question again and again, when I have already answered? I have said multiple times that it is a crow. Don't you understand that?" A little later, after the son answered his question, the father went to his room and came out with an old diary which he used to maintain when his son was little. He opened the diary and read one of its pages, which says, "Today, my 3-year-old son was sitting with me on the couch, and he saw a crow on the window. He asked me, 'What is this, Father Pand?' 23 times, and I answered him 23 times that this is a crow with the same love and happiness each time. I didn't get irritated or angry even once." The son realized that back when he asked his father the same question 23 times, he answered happily each time, and when today the father asked him this question just 3 to 4 times, he got angry and disrespected his father. He felt sorry and apologized to his father. Remember the love and patience your father showed you when you were a child. As they grow older and sometimes need your patience in return, you should offer it with the same love and understanding they gave you. Respect and care for them as they did for you. A frail old man went to live with his son, daughter-in-law, and a 4-year-old grandson. The old man's hands trembled, his eyesight was blurred, and his step faltered. The family ate together nightly at the dinner table, but the elderly grandfather's shaky hands and failing sight made eating rather difficult. Peas rolled off his spoon onto the floor. When he grasped the glass, often milk spilled on the tablecloth. The son and daughter-in-law became irritated with the mess. "We must do something about grandfather," said the son. "I've had enough of his spilled milk, noisy eating, and food on the floor." So the husband and wife set a small table in the corner. There, grandfather ate alone while the rest of the family enjoyed dinner at the dinner table. Since grandfather had broken a dish or two, his food was served in a wooden bowl. Sometimes, when the family glanced in grandfather's direction, he had a tear in his eye as he ate alone. Still, the only words the couple had for him were sharp admonitions when he dropped a fork or spilled food. The 4-year-old watched it all in silence. One evening before supper, the father noticed his son playing with wood scraps on the floor. He asked the child sweetly, "What are you making?" Just as sweetly, the boy responded, "Oh, I am making a little bowl for you and Mama to eat your food from when I grow up." The 4-year-old smiled and went back to work. The words so struck the parents that they were speechless. Then tears started to stream down their cheeks. Though no word was spoken, both knew what must be done. That evening, the husband took grandfather's hand and gently led him back to the family table. For the remainder of his days, he ate every meal with the family. And for some reason, neither husband nor wife seemed to care any longer when a fork was dropped, milk spilled, or the tablecloth soiled. Children are remarkably perceptive, their eyes ever observant, their ears ever listen, and their minds ever process the messages they absorb. If they see us patiently provide a happy home atmosphere for family members, they will imitate that attitude for the rest of their lives. Regardless of your relationship with your parents, you'll miss them when they're gone from your life. One day, a little boy of 6 years old held a dollar coin in his hand and asked one of the shop owners along the street, "Excuse me, do you sell God?" The storekeeper thought it could be a prank, so he answered no and drove the boy out of the store. Throughout the day, The boy went in and out of countless stores, asking to buy God Day turned to night, and the stubborn little boy walked into the 69th store of the day and asked the storekeeper, "Excuse me, sir, do you sell God here?" The owner, who was a 60-year-old grandpa with silver hair and kind eyes, smiled and asked the little boy, "Tell me, child, why do you want to buy God?" The little boy shed tears and replied excitedly. He told the storekeeper that his parents died when he was still a toddler, and his uncle is raising him now. His uncle worked at the construction site. He fell off the scaffolding not too long ago and is now unconscious at the hospital. The doctor told him that only God can save his uncle. The little boy thought that God must be a wonderful thing. The little boy said innocently, "If I buy God and let my uncle eat, his injuries will heal." After listening to the boy's narrative, the storekeeper's eyes looked teary and asked, "How much do you have?" $1, replied the child. "Child, God's price is exactly $1, said the storekeeper. The storekeeper took the coin from the little boy and took a bottle of God's Kiss from the shelf. He said to the little boy, "Take it, boy. When your uncle drinks this bottle of God, he will get well soon." The little boy was overjoyed. Holding the drink tightly in his arms, he ran quickly to the hospital. As soon as he entered the ward, he shouted happily to his uncle, "Uncle, I bought God back and you will get well soon." The next day, a medical team consisting of the world's top medical experts took a special plane to the small city and went straight to the hospital where the little boy's uncle was. They did a thorough examination of his uncle's injuries. Soon, the little boy's uncle was cured. When the little boy's uncle was discharged from the hospital, he almost passed out when he saw the medical bill. However, the hospital quickly dispelled his doubts and said that an elderly rich man had already paid the bill. It was the rich, elderly man that brought the joint medical experts over to treat the little boy's uncle. The little boy's uncle got excited and immediately went to the grocery store with the little boy to thank the storekeeper. When they got to the store, the clerk told them that his boss had already left for a holiday. The clerk also told them that they need not worry too much about the medical expenses and handed a letter written by the billionaire to the little boy's uncle. The little boy's uncle tore open the letter and read, "Young man, you don't need to thank me. All the expenses have been paid by your nephew. I wanted to tell you that you are a lucky man to have such a good nephew. To save you, he brought $1 and word into every store he sees to buy God. He was the person who saved you." Pure love and belief can inspire acts of kindness and create miracles. Stay blessed.